Now we moved over to the Malware tab and we're taking a look at what the platform can look for on the malware side of things. Again, ManagedMethods is going to be using Cylance to go ahead and do its malware scanning, and we look in three different areas for potential malware. That's going to include Drive files, Gmail, and shared drive files. Right now there's no active malware here, but I can go ahead and click over into the inactive malware so you get an idea of what it would look like if you did have things that had gotten flagged as malware. To begin with here, you'll see first off the name of the file or the email attachment that's gotten flagged. You'll see a status here. In this case, everything has been removed. That tells us that the item in this case has been actually deleted out of the domain entirely. If it was still active out there, be able to go ahead and take a look at it a little bit further here, but in this case, this one's been completely deleted. The scan result here is going to tell you what it got flagged as. So there's two different things that malware can be flagged as. It can be flagged as either malicious or suspicious. Malicious is going to be the greater threat of the two and what the platform can take automatic action against. Suspicious will have a lower risk score associated with it, something where you'll be able to dive into it a little bit further. Do keep in mind on the suspicious side of malware, you may be able to potentially download it, though I do advise against downloading anything that has been flagged as malware within the platform here. Malicious will not allow you to download anything there. Anything that has been flagged, you'll be able to click this drop down arrow here as long as it's not been deleted and be able to take a look at why Cylance potentially thought it was malware there. There'll be a download report button there, which will allow you to download a PDF report from Cylance as to why it got flagged as malware. Detection date here gives you an idea of when the malware was detected and picked up on. And then from there are actions that you can take. There'll be 4 different actions available. The first action here is going to be delete. Delete would delete this particular piece of content out of the domain entirely there. Again, it's not deleting from backup solutions, but it will remove it entirely. And with everything here, these have been things that have all been deleted here. Quarantine operates differently. That's going to go ahead and move it over from the user's inbox in the case of a email attachment and over to their trash. In the case of a drive file, this is going to go ahead and move it over to the admin in a folder called cam_quarantine. It's going to go ahead and break all the share permissions on that file, and then we'll live in that cam_quarantine folder until you decide to do something with it there directly. Ignore here will allow you to go ahead and ignore things. Cylance does a good job of looking for potential malware, but it's not foolproof. So every so often there may be something that you run across which is not legitimate. You can use that ignore button there to go ahead and remove it here from the malware tab, basically marking it as something that, nope, we're not worried about this particular piece of content here. Lastly there is a share via email. This will just share the high level details on this particular document or email attachment to somebody else. This may be helpful if you do run across an end user who has something that's gotten flagged as malware. You think it might be a case of maybe it's not malware or it's something where you want to reach out to them further, get an idea of what might be going on with it there directly. You can use that share via email there. Additionally, some different ways to search through here as well as filter through here as well too. So definitely can be helpful if you do run across something that is cause for concern there. Thankfully, we don't see an absolute ton of malware there, but every so often something may come in. Certainly sometimes students may upload odd documents there, or you may have staff that receive an odd email attachment, or it could be a combination of both there.